All right, good morning, Wicomico County. Thank you so much for being here, watching at home, or maybe watching online a little later on. As you will see, I am joined this morning by some of my amazing department heads and leaders in this county. I asked them to be part of the State of the County address because we are a team, and they will be able to showcase exactly what is going on in their department, not only in the last 100 days, but also in the last several months. And I chose to do this on my 100th day in office, as it takes me back to being a teacher and celebrating the 100th day of school. In that instance, we as teachers and students knew that we were more than halfway through the school year. This 100 days is a little bit different because in this case, 100 days means that I'm just getting started. So over the past 100 days, we've had a lot happen. We appointed a new director of administration, Bunky Luffman. We appointed a new human resources director, Donna O'Hara. We appointed a new warden, Chris Tyler. We appointed Lorenzo Hughes as our director of emergency services. We appointed a new deputy director of emergency services, Chris Hopkins. We assisted in the appointment of our new health officer, Matthew McConaughey. We reappointed all other department heads and hired a new purchasing agent, Amy Kernodle. And I am so excited to have this team alongside me as we move Wicomico County forward. Famous quote, "Great leaders are not the best at everything, but they find the people who are the best at different things and get them on the same team." So speaking of our team, I am so excited to have with me our new Director of Human Resources, and I'm going to go ahead and give her the opportunity to give an update from Human Resources.
Hi, I'm Donna O'Hara, and I am honored to be the Director of Human Resources for Wicomico County, to have this opportunity to speak to everyone. Our goal in HR is for Wicomico County to be regarded as an employer of choice in our region. We aim to be a model of excellence and leadership to other departments within the county system, delivering human resources, services, and partnerships that support and enable the county's goals, objectives, and long-term mission to be fulfilled. Human Resources is taking a committed and active role in upholding and promoting the idea that our employees are our most valuable resource and that they will be treated as such. Since December 6th of 2022, when Julie took office, new hires are up 44%. Full-time vacancies are down 51%. Resignations have stayed about the same, many due to retirement at normal age. Terminations have decreased by 23%, and unsatisfactory resignations have decreased by 25%. In corrections alone, we had 40 vacancies. We are now down to about 20. We also have hired 36 new part-time employees since that time as well. I'm going to cheat. I'm using my... All vital department heads, as Julie said, have been appointed or reappointed, including, again, as she said, our acting public works director and purchasing agents who have both hit the ground running. And again, she stated we have worked with the state of Maryland hand in hand to have our new health officer appointed, and we're very excited about that. Our department heads are meeting together every week for the first time in several years with the county executive and the director of administration. These meetings have provided an opportunity for all of our department heads to come together to celebrate our victories, share our challenges, learn from one another, and increase our cohesiveness for the ultimate benefit of the entire county. Our HR department of 6 is working diligently, both in a team capacity and within their individual areas of expertise, to serve the over 1,500 full and part-time employees that we serve, as well as all of our retirees. Our employees are continuing to take advantage of our deferred compensation program to lower their taxable income, with about 436 people taking part in our 457 plan. And we strive to educate our employees in the importance of the preventative health care that we provide, or that they're able to take part in, including mammography screening, cervical cancer screenings, cholesterol screenings, and prostate screenings, and those things. And our particular county employees are taking advantage of those particular opportunities at greater percentages than they are throughout the whole book of business with Care First. We got a report yesterday, so I wanted to share that they're actually taking advantage of those opportunities with their health care. Also, one of the staggering things that we have discovered is that in the first quarter of 2023, our workman's comp claims are down 136% since the first quarter of 2022. So our employees, our supervisors, and our managers are doing a great job of making sure that we work safely. The county executive has implemented an Employee of the Month program that has brought a lot of excitement at the end of each month for our hardworking employees who go above and beyond. And we have a new Human Resources Facebook page with fresh new ads for our new jobs and the ability to share our job opportunities throughout the region. We are planning a benefits day for our employees before open enrollment, as well as a Wicomico County job fair very soon. And we are actively seeking to enrich our benefits packages as well. We are also joining hands with local organizations in order to help recruit veterans and individuals with disabilities. So those are things coming down the pike, as well as a new procedure manual, a policy and procedure manual that is also being updated, recruiting materials, onboarding documents, and let's see, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Make sure council puts some new sound device. I feel like this keeps cutting in and out here. But anyway, thank you, Donna. And we just are so appreciative of your positivity and vision for this county. And so I just wanted to touch base, kind of moving forward, speaking of our vision, about our session that we had in Annapolis this term. So our Wicomico County team was very active in Annapolis thus far. We had our state's attorney, Jamie Dykes, our sheriff, Mike Lewis, county councilman, James Wynn, all testify on bills for the betterment of this county and for our community. My administration also testified on 2 bills and wrote letters of support and opposition for various bills, including those particularly those that affected public safety, education, and our local economy. One of the most important bills that we testified on was the ability for Wicomico County to create a sanitary district. This is vital, as it is the first step in implementing our water and sewer master plan. This bill passed unanimously out of the Senate and was heard for its first reading in the House just last Thursday, and we got an update today that it will be voted on out of committee today at 5. Correct? Yes, so today at 5 o'clock, which is very exciting. So the Water and Sewer Master Plan, in a study conducted by the engineering firm GMB with the help from local leaders, realtors, and business owners, was accepted by our county council per resolution 120-2021 in November of 21, right before I took office. The plan represents a long-range strategic vision and action plan for the county to provide public water and sewer services to promote public health, quality of life, environmental protection, and economic enhancement and potential growth for Wicomico County citizens residing outside municipalities in accordance with our county's comprehensive plan. The implementation of the plan is a top priority of my administration. So there are 2 clear paths from failing septic systems. In locations where septic systems can be served by a nearby municipality, the recommendation is for the municipality to expand its infrastructure to serve that septic system area. For rural areas of the county, the master plan recommends that the county provide the utility infrastructure to serve those areas. Wicomico County and GMB have met several times with MDE and other state officials to discuss the next steps for the county, and we've also contracted Amanda Pollack to take the lead as our stormwater and wastewater expert to help guide us through this process. So we will continue this process, keeping the health of our citizens and protecting our environment as a top priority of my administration moving forward. So staying on the topic of Public Works, I will have my new Acting Director of Public Works, Heather Langford, give us an update from her department.
Good morning, everyone. I'd first like to introduce myself for those of you that don't know me. Again, my name is Heather Langford. I have recently taken on the role as the Acting Director of the Department of Public Works. This particular department has many moving parts, several sectors, and a multitude of job descriptions and roles. I do have 3 sectors, which are roads, engineering, and solid waste. So I'm going to begin with roads. The roads division in the last 100 days has welcomed new hires, installed 2,400 feet of curb and gutter, rehabilitated 18 stormwater inlets, and installed and replaced 18 stormwater lines. The roads Division and dedicated leaders and employees have cleaned out a commendable 4,325 feet of ditches throughout the county. In addition to this, 7.5 miles of dirt road has recently been capped and used asphalt millings recycled from paving operations. 52 lane miles of Boomax work has been completed to remove underbrush and limbs encroaching roadways to ensure safety for travelers and the public, while tree trimming has been completed on 24 roads. Additionally, 5.5 tons of patching material has been used to complete remediation of potholes and broken road edges. While the Roads Division continues to serve the community and county to ensure safety and the ongoing upgrades to its jurisdiction, the department has also picked up 37.83 tons of roadside litters in the last 100 days to improve the aesthetics and the environmental impacts within the county. Each of these objectives have taken teamwork and effort that has been utilized not only to maintain the roads, but to be proactive when possible and to respond to incoming issues in a timely fashion. Next, the Solid Waste Division is undergoing the completion of a construction of new cells that will be able to handle additional trash, debris, and waste. The Recycling Center has held an event recently that was supported by a USDA grant up to $60,000 that allowed farmers and agricultural farms to bring used tires to be hauled to the facility and recycled for free of charge. Within the last 100 days, the landfill has taken approximately 32,365 tons of trash, with the amounting revenue of nearly $1.9 million for the solid waste enterprise funds. In addition, within those 100 days, recycling has taken 1,681 tons, 66.55 tons of tires, and other items such as Freon and specialty items. In addition to the items received by the landfill has also sent out mulch and recycling. All of these alternative services have created further revenue of $144,996 for a total of approximately $2,029,882 for the Solid Waste Enterprise Fund. And lastly, the Engineering Division of the Department of Public Works has been busy within the past 100 days with a total of 44 stormwater management plans and permitting reviews. The Engineering Department has been working diligently and proactively to update the stormwater pollution prevention plans for each sector requirement to regulate and design any watershed improvement plans, and collaborating with local and regional consultants to continue regulatory requirements and documentation of the municipal storm system permits for state approval. In concurrence with the aforementioned projects and regulations, the Engineering Department continues to work closely with the Army Corps of Engineers, DNR, and the Maryland Department of the Environment on a multitude of other local, state, and federal authorities on the 72.5-acre tidal wetlands benefiting from the piping of 140,000 cubic yards of dredge material over 6.7 miles for the improvement of the lower Wicomico River. Lastly, the Engineering Department has worked hand in hand with the Executive Office and local jurisdictions and authorities in the Planning and Zoning Department on the investigatory and implementation measures of the upcoming Water and Sewer Master Plan. With the information I've stated that has been accomplished across the board, Public Works, in a mere 100 days, with the guidance and hard works of the executive and team that's presented in front of me, has continued to provide improvements, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds.
Thank you. And Heather, thank you so much for accepting the role of Acting Public Works Director, and we knew that filling that role was vital, and we look forward to working together. So we're going to shift gears from Public Works to public safety, and the public safety of our citizens and supporting law enforcement was not only a campaign promise, but it is a priority since I took office. In my short time as executive, we were able to settle a 2-year lawsuit pertaining to 2 deputies in regards to their accidental disability and health insurance. We are also diligently working with the sheriff and the FOP on recruitment and retainment efforts for our deputies. In support of law enforcement, I would like to take you back to the night of March 6, 2022. As most of you know, a Maryland state trooper was shot that night for stopping a car stopping a car for excessive speeding right here in Wicomico County. First and foremost, we thank God that the trooper is okay and doing well, and we continue to send prayers for the safety of all of our law enforcement while they work across our state, but especially in our county. This is the third attack on local law enforcement in the last 2 years. The following day, March 7th, I received a message from Trooper Phillips' wife thanking the county for the support. As that night, as Bunky Luffman, Director of Administration, Sheriff Mike Lewis, State's Attorney Jamie Dykes, and myself made our way to the emergency room to support Trooper Phillips and his family. Later, I received a call from Governor Wes Moore checking on me and checking to make sure that the county was okay. He had also planned to reach out to Trooper Phillips as well. Here in Wicomico County, we have the best protection between the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office and the allied agencies that keep us safe on a daily basis when the sun sets and while we sleep soundly at night. March 6th proved again that between the prayers, shared posts, calls, messages, the 2,300 reactions, thousands of comments, and a packed event at Tall Tales, that we are a community that backs the blue. And in Wicomico County, we stand with law enforcement. And as your county executive, I want to emphasize that this anti-police rhetoric has to stop. And to reiterate the words of our state's attorney, that our law enforcement officers deserve better, our communities deserve better, but what are we willing to do about it? That night, we got lucky. So God bless all of our first responders, the sacrifices that they make each and every day. And I'm going to turn it over to Major Richardson for an update from his office.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Major Todd Richardson with the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office. First, Sheriff Lewis wanted to be here, but he had a prior engagement. Sheriff Lewis, as well as Chief Deputy Baker, are at the Maryland Sheriff's Association's monthly meeting. This time of year and every year, they are getting together monthly to help direct the legislation, fight the legislation, or whatever we need to do to continue keeping our ability to protect the public without it being legislated away in Annapolis. They continue to tie our hands with all different aspects of the legislation, so it's good to know that we not only have Sheriff Lewis, but all the sheriffs throughout the state of Maryland working together to fight this legislation. The same legislation continues to hamper our ability to recruit and retain qualified individuals in this field. As Madam Executive explained, we've been working closely with her, HR, the Sheriff's Office to do what we can to continue to be able to recruit and retain qualified individuals. One of the biggest things we've been working on in this first 100 days is, of course, the public safety complex. This county is building a true public safety complex that will serve the county for many decades, and the individuals that will be working out of there will have top-of-the-line equipment to be able to do their job in a more professional manner. I know we've been talking about the public safety complex for many years being 5. It was August of 2017 when the first monies were put forward to do a study about the building. It took nearly 5 years later to sign the first contract to get this building built. Luckily, when it went out to bid, a local contractor was able to secure the bid. This contractor is not only local, but he uses local subcontractors throughout the project. Yesterday alone, there was 55 people working on the project when I got there from 10 different contractors. As it stands right now, the project is on time. We are looking at probably a spring opening next year, which will be a very good time. We do have some issues with the supply chain, but thus far we've been able to work around them by finding substitute equipment and construction materials that still allow us to do it and keep us on time. So hopefully, if everything goes good, next spring, instead of maybe we can do the ribbon cutting and the 100-day celebration all at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you for the update on the building, and we are so excited for your agency, and hopefully we will see that ribbon cutting in less than a year. So a lot of what the public safety building, there's a lot of planning and zoning that goes along with that. Planning and zoning, we have Laurie Carter here, our Director of Planning and Zoning, to give us an update from her department.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lori Carter, and I am the Planning Director for Wicomico County. Since Madam Executive had came into office, there was one thing that she spoke to me about, and that was customer service. And we have been working on this for many years, but there was one particular project that we thought that could definitely speak to what her mission and goal was, and that is called a customer Bill of Rights. If you look to my right, you will see exactly what a customer can expect from Wicomico County Department of Planning. You can also find this 9-point approach located on our county website. This is what the customer can expect from the time they walk in the door. Number 2, building permit data. For the first 100 days, we have actually put out 110 permits with a total construction cost around $13 million. That's just within the 100 days. Thirdly, we have worked with the City of Salisbury along with the state agency to receive a grant in the amount of $500,000 for the readaptive use of the former Campbell Soup facility. This is economic development at its best. So I'm now going to turn it back over to Madam Executive.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Laurie. Planning and zoning is obviously such a critical piece to everything that we do here in the county, especially with economic development. And speaking of economic development, here with us we have Dave Ryan, our head of SWED, and he's going to give us a brief update on what's going on across the street.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate the invitation, and I just want to say I appreciate the partnership with everybody here at the table and many in the audience as well. We don't take those partnerships lightly. And we couldn't do what we do and promote Wicomico County to the outside world as well as we do without those partnerships. So thank everyone here and everyone in attendance. We always have lots of projects going on. I'll highlight a couple of them. We're clearly seeing a heightened prospect activity. In other words, new companies and industries looking at our community as a base of operations. One of the challenges is to find, as Lori appropriately and aptly mentioned, industrial space. So we're working with the development community as intensely as we can and as closely as we can toward creating more industrial space, so those companies that choose Wicomico County as their home have a place to locate. So repurposing facilities, as Lori mentioned, is fair game, as are shovel-ready sites in which we're knee-deep in, reducing that time to construction activities. But the primary project that we have going on right now is the establishment of an aviation maintenance technician school at the Salisbury Ocean City Wicomico Regional Airport. We've long had, and we're blessed to have, scheduled airline service for our region. We know the best way to retain that scheduled airline service and the best way to grow that scheduled airline service is to create a pipeline of talent. And if you're flying today, the planes will be full. The ticket prices are going to be pretty steep, and you'll have less direct flights, and that's primarily due to a shortage of pilots and a shortage of A&P mechanics. So we're teaming up with the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, County Exec's office, the entire Wicomico County. Tony's been terrific at the airport and his team, working with the airlines, state of Maryland, and to start this school at SBY. To train A&P mechanics. We've been at it for about 2 years now. We're not moving as fast as we all would like, but we're about another year to go before we start training those mechanics. So one way to grow that service and more flights in and out of Salisbury, perhaps more destinations in and out of Salisbury, to grow that aviation and aeronautics sector is to create this pipeline of talent. In exchange, we can create good jobs for area residents for the foreseeable future. So it's a privilege to be here. And again, we thank everyone here for their partnerships. I'll turn it back to you.
Dave, We are so excited about what lies ahead in Wicomico County, but more so, I am impressed that you do not have a piece of paper in front of you. I'm like watching him.
It's indicative of the
That was-
time in office I've had.
That was amazing, yeah. But anyway, thank you for all of your hard work and dedication to the economic growth of our county. And we obviously know that you mentioned the airport, and so we are joined by Tony Rudy, who is our head of our aviation department. And if you could just give us an update of what's going on at the airport.
Sure thing. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tony Rudy. I'm the airport director, and unlike Dave Ryan, I do need notes because I cannot keep my thoughts straight. But it's a pleasure to be here this morning, give you a quick update on the airport. But I want to back up just a few years. I came here almost 4 years ago today, almost 4 years ago, and I was really drawn to the potential that I saw at this airport and the momentum that was started by the previous airport director, as well as the support that the county had for the airport. To me, those things were key in coming to an airport and starting to work there and have a successful program and make the airport a success. Since that time, a lot of our planning efforts that were in place have been completed. We've moved on to a lot of our design work, and we've had several major projects completed in the last couple of years. A couple of those are repaving of the longest taxiway we have at the airport, constructing a dedicated drone operations hangar, renovating our terminal bathrooms, automating our airport parking lot, and finally getting city water to the airport and our technology park. So that's been very important. That momentum continues today, and I'm happy I can continue on with the new executive and the new administration going forward. And I'm happy to announce that we'll be having some of our biggest projects starting this summer. Those include our runway extension, 1,200-foot runway extension, construction of a much-needed snow removal equipment and aircraft rescue and firefighting facility, renovation on some of our hangars and buildings, including our air traffic control tower. We've recently entered 2 partnerships, which will bring a new solar farm to the airport and a cell tower. These projects will cut utility costs both for the airport and for county facilities, as well as bringing a new revenue source to the airport and improving cell phone service in an area that much needs it. But construction, it's not the only thing we're excited about. As Dave mentioned, we have a new aircraft maintenance technician school, and with the help of SWED and UMES and Piedmont Airlines, we're really excited about this program. As Dave also mentioned, we've had, along with the pilot shortage, we've had a shortage of mechanics, not only locally but nationwide, and this program will supply new talent into that area and hopefully keep Piedmont in place, have them bring back some maintenance that they've been farming out to other communities in the past years just because of lack of mechanics. So it's a really exciting time for us there. In general, I'm really happy and really excited to be at the airport at this time in its history. And, this is a great airport for the region. It's your local airport. We hope you guys are supporting it as well. And we look forward to working with the county and the executive and the administration going forward with these projects, recognizing the importance of the airport and the jobs it supports and the economic impacts it creates and the services it also provides for your families, your friends, our businesses, and the visitors that come to our community. So, Julie, thank you for inviting me here today to speak a little bit about the airport.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. And we know that the airport is an economic jewel here in the county, and of course, we'll do anything and everything to support it. And speaking of economics and growth and projects, we all know here at this table that none of this would be possible without the help and blessing of our Director of Finance. And so we are grateful, just so grateful to have Pam Moland as our director, and I will turn this over to her.
Good morning. Again, Pam Olin, Director of Finance. In the 100 days since Julie has taken office, we have one of the first actions she did was submit to the county council at the second meeting of December the capital improvement plan for 5 years. That plan covers fiscal year '24 through fiscal year '28. That plan was approved by council in February. That plan gives the finance and the departments as a whole a roadmap as to what we're hoping to fund over the next 5 years. It is about $133 million worth of projects. And in the fall, we went to the bond market, and our credit rating with both Moody's and S&P were affirmed. And without those affirmations of our current credit rating, we would not have gotten the interest rate we have, as well as we would not be able to afford the projects that we're looking to go forward with. The second thing since her coming into office is we issued our audit report. We got a clean opinion from PKS. That audit report states that we spent less money than what we budgeted, and we were able to add about $13 million to our fund balance. With that, the two major areas that was created by was unexpected income taxes, about $9 million, as well as expenditures below budget. On the budget side, we have just started the budget process. We are required by county charter to issue our budget to the county council on the third Tuesday of April. This week, we hosted the public hearing on the budget process at the Civic Center on Monday night. We had some community comments, and we will take those comments, as well as we have met with all the departments about their wants and needs for the next fiscal year. And all of those will be taken into account as what we present to the county council in April.
Well, thank you, and especially thank you for keeping all of us in line. The county is in a very good financial place, and this is because of you and your team and the terrific job that you all do, so thank you very much. So I'm pretty sure the next person is probably one of Pam's favorites, because the majority of what she does uses grants and OPM, other people's money. So Jamie Riley is the head of our local management board, and she is such an asset to our county. And Jamie, if you could just give us an update on LMB.
Good morning. Thank you to the county executive for letting me be here to present to the community. My name is Jamie Riley. I am the director of the Wicomico County Local Management Board. Many people probably don't know what that is. And if you look at the state's website, it actually says the Local Management Board is the interagency liaison between all child and family serving agencies, legislated in all 24 jurisdictions. So what does that even really mean? I can tell you here in Wicomico County, it means a whole lot more than what you just heard. Every 3 years, we do a community needs assessment in our department. With that assessment, we identify gaps in services in our community, and we use grant funding to fill those gaps with community partners and other community agencies. Right now, we have about $1.3 million in grant funding that we use to provide services right back into the community. That also means that every 3 years, the residents in Wicomico County have the opportunity to be heard and to ultimately decide where we can best help our community and improve services. We're currently planning our next needs assessment right now, and it will go from April to October of this year. The programs we created this year focused on reducing childhood hunger, reducing youth and families experiencing homelessness, reducing the impacts of adverse childhood experiences and trauma, educating families and providing continuing education opportunities for those that serve our community, like therapists and counselors. Our Reducing Childhood Hunger program through Adopt-A-Block has fed more than 6,050 families in Wicomico County just this year alone. Our navigation service through Lead for Life has assisted over 50 families with either ending their experience of homelessness or preventing homelessness from even occurring. Lead for Life also works with adolescents and young adults in our community with job skills training and employment. This is just a couple of the things that we've done in the county this year, and it's only the beginning of what we plan to do. We participate in many initiatives throughout the county and to provide information and education to the community on resources that are available to them. And we create opportunities for a better quality of life for everyone. We have an event coming up in May, so keep an eye out for that. It's in a partnership with Wicomico County Public Schools and the City of Salisbury for a downtown family night that focuses on whole family well-being. We already have over 40 vendors and entertainment options for everyone of all ages. When we get back to the interagency part of the state's definition of our mission, we've created new and exciting partnerships with Warwick Community College, Salisbury University in 2 of their departments so far. We've created new opportunities to work together as a county through the public schools, Wicomico Public Library, Rec and Parks, Public Works, Planning, Zoning, and Community Development, the Department of Corrections, the Sheriff's Department, the Department of Social Services, and the Department of Juvenile Services. As you can tell, we touch every need in every corner of Wicomico County in one way or another. None of this would be possible without the help of extremely hardworking and compassionate staff downstairs and our board of directors. Without those people, thousands of residents in Wicomico County wouldn't have what they need to live full and productive lives. And we look forward to continuing with our programs and services and thank everyone for allowing us to be here to serve you.
Thank you so much. And I want to just personally thank you for your innovative thinking, problem-solving abilities. She is right. The team is small downstairs, but they are mighty. And so we are just so appreciative of the terrific work you do for the county, across the county, and with the outside agencies. So speaking of terrific jobs and all over the county, it is my distinct pleasure to now introduce our Department of the Month for the month of February, our Department of Rec and Parks and Tourism, led by the amazing Steve Miller. Steve, we know you are busy and all over the county, so if you could please update us with all the great things that have happened or are going to happen in the future with Rec and Parks.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Steve Miller. I'm the Director of Recreation, Parks, and Tourism in Wicomico County. As you've heard, it's been a very busy 100 days throughout the county, and certainly that's the case in Recreation, Parks, and Tourism. Over the last few months, we've hosted a number of local, regional, and national events in the department, including the 40th anniversary of our Governor's Challenge basketball tournament, which started as a local event and now has grown to the largest holiday basketball tournament in the United States. We hosted the annual Monster Truck and Rodeo event. We hosted the Maryland State Wrestling Championships this past weekend at the Civic Center, which was a brand new tourism event. And as we speak, we're hosting the JA Inspire event, which brings thousands of local students to our Civic Center to hear about many different career opportunities that are out there for their future. So many, many events and exciting things happening. While these events take place, and that's a big part of what we do as a department, the department's also advanced several key quality of life initiatives through several projects over the last 100 days. In the last 100 days, we've completed installation of 4 brand new video boards at the Civic Center, which has completely transformed the interior of the arena and will allow us to deliver different types of services for events that come to the Civic Center. We've completed construction of 2 beach or shoreline restoration projects at 2 of our local beaches. And we've also installed 4 brand new playgrounds at 4 different parks throughout our county, which is exciting. And while all of that is very exciting, what might be most exciting is what lies ahead. Over the next 100 days, we hope to see the county executive cut a ribbon at our brand new pickleball basketball complex at Harmon Field. We also hope to see her cut a ribbon at an expansion of our sensory trail over at Field 7.5, and we look forward to her cutting a ribbon at a rededication of Billie Jean Jackson Park, where we're in the process of undertaking $700,000 worth of improvements at that well-used park to install brand new lighting throughout that facility and improve the playing conditions for the kids and adults who participate in activities at Billie Jean Jackson. And not long after that, I'm in a race with Mr. Richardson over here. We plan to open a portion of Pirates Wharf to the public, which has been a multi-year project, and we hope to see that open to the public hopefully sometime in September. So many exciting things in the near future. And while those projects are coming to a close and we're going to unveil those to the public, we continue to make very steady progress on many long-term projects which are exciting that will benefit the citizens of our community. I'll mention just a few. We have expansion plans at Cove Road Beach to double the size of that beach for the residents on the west side. $7 million improvement project. We're in the planning phase right now at the Civic Center to improve both public safety and functionality of our Civic Center. A multi-million-dollar set of improvements coming at Purdue Stadium to keep the stadium in compliance with Major League Baseball standards. A new dog park that will be installed on the north end of the county to give residents and our visitors that come through the county options for their pets. And then renovations to the Mason-Dixon Athletic Complex, which will improve public safety and also functionality of that complex, among many, many, many other projects that fulfill our mission in our department, which is to improve quality of life. And so it's very exciting. Many things are happening. We thank the county executive for her leadership, this opportunity, and for her support of all these exciting projects that we hope to see through to completion. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Steve. And I love a good ribbon cutting, so
Yeah.
I'm ready for that. And that all sounds amazing. And also, congrats again to your department for Department of the Month for everything that you guys do across the county. So in closing, I just want to say thank you again to this amazing team of people. And I also want to thank the citizens of Wicomico County for giving me this opportunity as your county executive. I know the state of the county is not the traditional approach, but I wanted to showcase the amazing people we have here in the county and the great things that they're doing and what is happening. You hear the passion in their voices, and I can be pretty passionate, but I felt like hearing it from them would be better. So I look forward to the next 3.5 years. And so I just want to say thank you again, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining us.